Hi, welcome. Happy Thursday. It is October 27th, and we are chatting today a little bit about time management and then what's coming in November as we transition into a new month. And then we'll have a little roundtable. The frick was I just calling it? Brainstorm sesh. There we go. And if you are watching the recording, I just want to let you know that moving forward, we're going to try to record the first 20 minutes of our calls, which will be hopefully more focused training. And then the rest of the calls where we do our brainstorming session, we will not be recording those just because they can get really long and we kind of just go round and round. They're super, super helpful though, for coming up with new ideas for your business and hearing from other people that just aren't me. So if you can be on our calls live, it will be super beneficial to you. But without further ado, I'm gonna hand it over to my main squeeze, Alicia.
Hi guys. Surprise, I'm your guest speaker. Surprise speaker. Sorry I'm not Dan Orchard, Jessica. We can talk about Jade and Jasmine later. So I think one thing that is really important to me, because I work full time, like I know a lot of you do, is finding time to manage my business, because it's hard. It's hard working a full-time job, having kids, having animals, having a husband who's basically like an animal and a child, to find time to like fit everything in. And I know one thing that I love to focus on when I'm trying to like recruit new people, or even like, you know, fight that doubt of like, oh, I don't have time to do this, I'm too busy. You do have time. If I have time, you have time. So what I do is I dedicate 30 minutes a day to Scentsy. That's literally it. Every day I'm like, I'm going to do Scentsy for at least 30 minutes. So I like to get up early in the morning and I get ready for my day. Luckily I work from home, so I don't have too much to get ready, but I sit at my desk and for 30 minutes, I do something. So my typical morning looks like this. I go on the workstation every single morning. I check all my orders to see what has posted, what has printed, and what has shipped. And I update based off of that. If I get a new order from a brand new customer, I send my email of like, hey, thanks for your order. How'd you hear about me? Just trying to introduce myself to them. And then I'll do my mail. So as soon as I used to do my mail like once a month, my like thank you mail, but then it just got too much to keep track of. So now I do my thank you mail literally every day. So as soon as somebody orders, I go in my drawer and I pick out all the things that I mail to them and stick it in the envelope with a scent circle and get it in the mail that morning. That way I'm not having to like keep track at the end of the month and, you know, try to worry about all that. So I do that. And I also check my PRV every single day, like a crazy person, because I am super motivated and that's what keeps me going. And I have goals I want to hit every month and I want to make sure I'm hitting those goals. And then I always check the news tab every morning to make sure I didn't miss anything or to make sure I'm up to date. And then last but not least, and where most of my time is spent every morning, is scheduling my Visly post. I know we don't all use Visly, and that's fine. You can schedule through Facebook the same exact way. But for me, Visly works. It's money well spent. I got in before Facebook like changed their weird whatever they're doing with people who have Visly now. So I just schedule my posts for that day, or, you know, if I want to work on a template that's coming out. So the only time I really like deviate from my 30 minutes a day is when news drops on Thursday and I want to make a new Visly template for things that are coming. And if I'm doing like samples or my monthly mail, then I take a little bit extra time, but typically it's just 30 minutes every morning. And that's just Monday through Friday. Like I don't do that on the weekend. But I feel like that really just helps me stay focused and on task and like being productive, you know, because I'm like, if I only have 30 minutes, I'm going to use every single one of those 30 minutes, like maximizing my time. So that's just my little tip. And like one thing that I like to tell people when they're like, I'm too busy. And I'm like, no, you're not. You have 30 minutes a day. You can do it. If my fiance can find 30 minutes to poop every day, you can find 30 minutes to work your business. So that's that. That's my little spiel. Be productive with your time.
My God, I love it. I love it. And it's crazy that when I worked full time, I was very similar to you, where I was very precise in the amount, in the time and how I use my time. And now that I don't work full time anymore, that I'm doing Scentsy full time, I find that I waste a lot of time in the day. I scroll a lot of TikTok and I think to myself, what could I be getting done right now?
Or today, when you bounced off of 15 different things and went live and posted Snow White. You were all over the place.
I was a little all over the place. And I think that your tips are great, because being focused and like on task, you don't need that much time to work this business. And the problem with me is that I have too much time. And then I don't get the important things done because I don't work from like a very specific list. And this isn't every day. I mean, obviously I do work and I get things done, but like today, I was all over the place. I didn't have a list to work from. I didn't schedule anything. I was just posting willy-nilly. It was out of control. And it looks very disorganized, I'm sure, to other people, as well as I don't know how productive that work that I did today was. So I love your tips. And I think that's super helpful for people who either do work full time and you know, have their kids and are super busy, or for people who maybe are, you know, only doing Scentsy, or this is like a hobby for them because they don't really need it or whatever for income. But like keeping your time focused is super important. So thank you for telling us what you do and reminding us that it doesn't take a ton of time to do the important things. Does anyone have any questions for Alicia or for me about that specific topic? Otherwise, I am gonna, if you do, you can put it in the chat, or you can unmute yourselves right now if you want. But otherwise, I am gonna move on to what I'm doing to prepare for November currently, and go over, I'm just gonna quickly, like very quickly go over, oh, there's a chat from Jessica. Great job, Alicia. Yes, yes, yes. I'm just gonna quickly go into the workstation like super fast, and I'm just gonna show, for anyone who's new, maybe you aren't familiar with the news tab or how to navigate, where to find things over there. This is not going to be like a whole tutorial. There's an excellent tutorial in the workstation itself. Actually, today I just updated our new consultant onboarding in our team page. So if you are on our team page and you go to the pinned posts there, the featured posts, I pinned an album that has like a new consultant onboarding system. It's just 10 slides with action steps every slide for people to do. In those slides is a link to the workstation tutorial. So I'm not going to do a full tutorial about the workstation. That's not what this is for. I just want to quickly show you where we're finding these things that we know what's coming up. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. All right. So this is our workstation. This is not the main dashboard. I went to the drop down to news, and this is on Scentsy Success. There's a whole tab for Scentsy Success. So when you go to the news section, it's all in order of when things are posted. So we have announcements about the end of month live. We have announcements about Snow White, the warmer bundles that are coming in November, what to expect during transition. So this is going to tell you what's leaving November 1st, like at midnight on November 1st, and what's coming. It's got all kinds of other, all the news is here. This is what Alicia checks every single day. This is what I check every single day. A day does not go by that I do not check the news tab. Usually they post updates at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Usually Mondays and Thursdays, but that's not across the board. So I check it every single day just to make sure. So if you go to Scentsy Success, there's training, there's marketing. So if you can sort by all of these things, but if you're looking for something like, let's say you want stuff on Snow White because that's coming out, just type, no, don't type it like that. Type Snow White and it's going to show you images. This is all under marketing. There's a news article. This is good. If you sort here, you can just click news and apply a filter. What? It was news. Hold on a second. The workstation is having a fit. This is news. It says news. Where did it go? I'm tripping. There. No, where the hell did it go? You guys saw that, right? I'm not tripping.
It's very finicky. Sometimes it does not work.
Okay, because
it's not you.
Okay, I was like, it was just there. So I'm scrolling down. It's not here. Cool. That's awesome. Okay. So there goes my trying to show you what's where. It's not working, but in general, that should work. You can just go to the marketing tab and it will be in, if you don't do any search terms, it will be in order of what's coming, what the newest thing is first. So if you just go to marketing right now, you saw it's all Snow White stuff, because that was the last thing they announced. And then you can kind of scroll through and find what you need, or you can use the search, and as long as it's not being temperamental, it should work. It works for me almost like all the time. I've never had that happen until we're recording a call, of course. So what I do at the end of each month is I find out what's leaving. And usually we find that out on like the end of month live, and they'll post the recap in the news feed of what's leaving, but they've given it to us today, which is awesome. So we all know what's going away. Scooby-Doo's going away, and the October warmer bundles will be gone. So you can start promoting them now more, kind of give that sense of urgency that things are leaving. And then it will also tell us what's coming. So we know, we know that on the 1st, we get the new whiff box. We get the new scent and warmer of the month. So I've already been promoting those things. And look, I've said this before, but my general rule of thumb is a week before. So I don't go to, don't make your face. Snow White is a week away, basically. Just making faces at me. So my general rule of thumb is a week ahead. That way that I have time to share, get interest, build up some interest, and take pre-orders if I'm going to do that. And then what else is coming next week? And we've got Sense of the Season. We have the new warmer bundle,
the limited edition.
The limited edition. Yes, the limited edition warmer. So every year, if you're new, every year Scentsy does this limited edition holiday warmer. There's only going to be 6,000 of them this year. So when it's gone, it's gone. That will be on November 1st as well. And then we'll get the November 1st, like at midnight after Halloween, we'll get our planning ahead document so that we'll know more of what's coming throughout the entire month. Like we're getting the Scenspirations bundles, we're getting Snow White. We have we've got a host special this month too for parties. So we've got lots of things coming up. So I went a little off the rails today, and I told everyone and their mother that Snow White was coming. That's fine. I'm just gonna go with it. And I've already gotten my Scenspirations samples out to my Scentsy clubbers, so that when Scenspirations drops, I will be direct messaging those people about those scents that I sent them and say, hey, they're available now. You can add them to club, or you can just buy them on the site. What did you think of them? Whatever. So I can follow up with them then. But I've got a pre-order form ready for anything that's coming on the 1st. I have a couple people who said they're interested in a couple things, but I have no confirmed pre-orders right now. But that's what I'm going to work on this weekend, is chatting with more people. I'm going to send a message out to my whole group and say, let them know what's happening, what's coming, and then follow up. Yeah, I think that's it. Same thing as I do for every launch. The same thing I always tell you guys to do. You don't have to do all the things, but you have to do something. And if people don't know and then they miss out, they're just mad at you. So make sure they know.
I just want to add one thing, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
So I literally make Visly templates for everything that's coming. And even if you don't use Visly, you can join for free and still access our templates. And then you can just copy and paste them like however you want. So you don't have to pay for Visly to get access to our templates and our team page.
That's a great point. Thank you for letting everybody know that, because yeah, Alicia does do a ton of work with that, and I appreciate it so much. I know you guys appreciate it so much too, because they're excellent. She does a really good job with those, and I find that they're super helpful when I use them. When I'm not just off the rails, which I am right now. I'm if I was on meds, I think I'd be off my meds right now, but I don't do that either. So Jess, you want to hook a sister up or what?
Jessica's taking notes right now. Stay on task. We're recording.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But yes, Visly templates are a great way to tell your people what's happening. But like I said before, just posting on social media is not enough. You have to be communicating with your customers one-on-one, whether that be through email or text or messenger, whatever. Also, don't forget, you can create an event in your page and invite everybody so they will get notified. I am planning on doing that probably tomorrow. I don't know. If I have time tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. My mom's coming, so maybe I'll do it tonight when we get off, because I want to make sure I get it done. When my mom's here, all bets are off. Okay. All right. I think that's all I wanted to chat about. I didn't have a lot. I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys. So I am going to go ahead and wrap up the recorded part of this call. If you're watching the recording and you have any questions, you can feel free to put it in the comments below. We're going to have a little roundtable and brainstorm session, like kind of just chat about some things, or we'll be done. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to stop recording. Maybe, I don't even know where the hell it is.